think we can even get more out of that.
Under the theme of full monetization of Uganda's economy through commercial agriculture, industrialization, expanding and broadening services, digital transformation and market access, the consultative workshops followed the National Budget Conference held on 11th September 2025, which aimed at setting into motion the budget preparation process for financial year 2026-2027.
The entire country a planning zone, and then we listen to stories that a school is in the middle of the church and a petrol station.
These workshops have been concluded by the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development Matia Kasaija, who was represented by the Minister of Public Service Muruli Mukasa. The Minister indicated some of the measures undertaken by the government to address the issues raised in the last year's budget consultations.
Now, shortfalls for ex gratia, councillors' allowances and so on. Shortfalls, the Minister of Finance provided 7.305 billion in financial year 24-25 for arrears. And this has been carried forward in the current year 25-26. And it amounts now to 19.12 billion. And this has been provided. So the total allocation now for councillors for ex gratia is 53.12 billion. So yes, some effort has been made.
According to the minister, key issues affecting service delivery in the country include salary, pension and gratuity shortfalls, and non-submission of development plans. He assured public servants of enhanced salaries. He warned public servants of corruption, which he says has crippled service delivery in the country.
We are also discussing now to raise the salaries of local government workers. But the other day, the union leaders of local governments slapped us with the industrial action. They say they are not working. Why salaries are not going to be raised? Yet, we have discussed this issue in cabinet. The Minister of Local Government presented a proposal to raise the salaries of local government workers, including the political leaders. Yes, but because the figures which were being raised were a bit ambitious, which cannot be sustainably accommodated, Cabinet decided that yes, they should be fine-tuned under the chairmanship of the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Public Service. So, the committee was put in place, the committee is sitting, and they are likely to report very soon in the cabinet to say yes, not to oppose the rate.
The engagement attracted several leaders from across the central region. Kawempe Division Mayor Serunjoji Emmanuel decried an equal distribution of resources in the country, as some districts have lagged behind despite their contribution to the national budget.
At what extent, what do you bring back? We are still on the issue of what do you bring back after getting that money. We have realized that the money we get in coffee, statistics has just told us that the money we get in coffee is exceeding the money we get in oil, or we expect to get in oil, if we are to sustain that. But how much do the people who grow coffee are supported? The support to those people who grow coffee and the areas where coffee comes from. Right now, we say Bukoma Nsimbi is it's the best as far as growing coffee is concerned, or producing coffee. And what is in Bukoma Nsimbi? Even the roads in Bukoma Nsimbi are impassable. We are looking at a time when the government will realize that we get search from this area and that area is worthy and is entitled to search.
Other relevant stakeholders explained the cross-cutting challenges affecting local governments, especially in Nakasongola district.
The wage bill is still low. It cannot cater for all staff structure. They can only pay the staff in post, but the wage cannot allow us to recruit in order to have fully a functional staff structure. Also, that one hinders our service delivery. The same applies in education.
Speaking to the media shortly after, Minister Muruli Mukasa explained the relevance of holding budget consultations.
Where the priorities and guidelines were presented by the Minister of Finance. And then consultations were rolled off with all the local governments in the country, including all the various stakeholders, private and public. And today, we are coming to the conclusion of that process. Then, of course, that doesn't end the whole process. Then there will be another process of now looking at the key priority areas which should be focused on. And there are guidelines, of course.
John Baptista Humza, Church of Uganda, Family TV News at 8.
NDP 1, NDP 2, NDP 3, district development plans for all the 140 what?